This place probably takes half the cheese from Wisconsin on a daily basis.
That's a problem. 911, what's your emergency? Yes, Melt takes half the cheese from Wisconsin. Hey guys, welcome back to the game played on Story Stories. I'm Anthony here with my daddy.
How are all of you doing? This is our top 5 restaurant picks for each of us for when we take our Milwaukee Brewers road trip to go see Cleveland. That could be coming up maybe next year, as a matter of fact, I think, with the way that the schedule rotation works. They'll play the AL Central.
Yeah, we're crossing our fingers we can hit up Cleveland and Kansas City,
which we'll have in a future series of episodes as well. But before we get to our top 5 food picks, we neglected something on our last episode of the top 5 picks of things to do in Cleveland.
Yeah.
We have an honorable mention that we want to place, but we didn't include it because it's not in Cleveland. But you gotta take a day trip outside of Cleveland to go to this place.
the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame. Is it that you have Cooperstown? You have so many great sports Hall of Fames, but that and Cooperstown, I think, are on the top.
Those are the creme de la creme of sports
Yeah.
Hall of Fames, at least in the United States, if not period. I mean, Canton, Ohio is where pro football really began. It's where it's had its birthplace. The National Football League began inside of a car dealership in Canton, Ohio.
Wow.
I mean, you have like George Halas and all these other NFL owners sitting on car hubcaps deciding, okay, who's going to come into this league and how we're going to organize this league. It tops MLB and perhaps anything else worldwide.
Yeah.
So it has so much history literally within its walls, from the bronze busts of all the great athletes to the jerseys to so many different artifacts about the game, so many interactive type of things that you get to do.
Yeah, exhibits! Woohoo!
It would be a blast, and you need a full day to go there.
Wonderful day.
Now, let's go to our top 5 food picks
Yep.
for the city of Cleveland, and your number 1 has something that I definitely want to check out as well, but it's your number 1.
So, it is a alcohol. The name has alcohol in it. I wouldn't have any.
Not until you're 21, kid.
Yeah. Banter beer and wine. I'm excited because it has cheese curds, which we really can't find outside of Wisconsin
Not
so
too much.
far. And it has a tender sandwich. They've got some
Chicken
great
tenders.
sausage. They've got some great poutine and some great sliders.
And particularly there's one type of sausage that is very native to Cleveland that I want to check out there. It's called the Polish boy. Basically think of what would happen if a Polish family from Pittsburgh all of a sudden had someone who married somebody from the Carolinas and their barbecue cuisine.
Okay.
It is a kielbasa, a Polish sausage, which in a sandwich includes barbecue sauce, fries,
Ooh.
and coleslaw.
Mommy was like,
Perhaps. It's a bit of a different taste than a hot dog, like the West Virginia hot dog with coleslaw on it, but it is a Cleveland tradition. And in fact, Destination Cleveland said this is one of the best places, Banter Beer and Wine, to check it out. Number 2 for you.
yep. Citizen pie. And I have one thing to say about it.
Uh-oh.
Prosciutto.
The creme de la creme of ham, prosciutto ham. He loves it on his pizzas. We've gotten him used to it with the great Italian restaurants here in Milwaukee. Citizen Pie serves that among so many different, really unusual types of pizzas as well. Pretty experimental with.
Yeah, so they do have the white, which I like, the red with the sauce, or the green with pesto. Just a lot of stuff to like. They do 900 degrees, 90 seconds. It's wood fired.
Oh, that type of oven is the perfect type for pizza. And to talk about the different experimental type of things they do, they've got pesto pizzas. You've got cheeses like fontina, ricotta, and brie, the French, and put on top of those pizzas. Tell me if you can pronounce stracciatella,
Stracciatella.
sopressata,
Sopressata.
and of course, anchovies.
Huh?
I don't think you like anchovies.
I have no idea what anchovies mean.
Those are those fish, those really salty fish.
Yeah.
I grew up with them. I love them. I don't think you'd be a fan of it. Number 3 stays with the theme of ethnic restaurants, and this is one of the great ones in Cleveland.
The Schnitzel House.
The Schnitzel House!
They've got a giant chicken schnitzel, like a giant chicken tender, like this big.
It's an oversized tender. Basically, it's like a tender the length and width of your head.
It's German, as the name says. It's a Schnitzel House. It's got some pretzels. Yay. It's got
Soft pretzels, one of his favorites.
It got chicken parm and just other great food, but also from different nationalities. They have a section on their menu just for different nationalities, which is really cool.
You have things like the Balkan plate, which has beef kebabs. I think it's pronounced kebabi. You have Hungarian sausage, smoked pork chops, and speaking of the schnitzels, they have 9 different types of schnitzels.
Sheesh.
9 different schnitzels. They even have something called, and I hope I don't screw this up, I probably will, Zwiebelsausbraten. Yeah, I will put the spelling up of it on the video so you can see how badly I screwed it up. It is New York strip steak, grilled and topped with roasted onions, brown gravy, 2 sides of your choice. I'm going to need a marathon after eating that, but that just sounds ridiculous. Your number 4 also features on that breaded chicken theme,
Flipside Hudson.
and we chose it because it has
Chicken tenders, burgers, sandwiches.
The Cooking Channel did a special about this place in one of their documentaries. Look at these burgers. The smoky burger, beef, brisket, and bacon barbecue sauce. The Brandon burger, Kobe beef, which is like the highest level of beef you can get in America. Kurabuta bacon from a burger that's sold. $1 goes to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is really cool. And the green eggs and hamburger that has prosciutto. It has prosciutto in the burger.
Interesting.
But I don't think, you might like the fried egg. I don't think you'd like the warm spinach.
Yeah.
Maybe you might give it a shot. It might be worth a shot at. We'll see.
I don't think I like the mayo either. I'm not a big fan of mayo.
Don't have to have the mayo. You're a ketchup kid. And number 5, we take you to Little Italy by Case Western Reserve University, and it is
Mia Vera.
And if we're talking Italian food, you know we're talking your favorite. I think we heard that before on this video, didn't we?
Yeah. They've got some great pasta, some calamari, got some desserts, and some cheesecake. Ooh.
Daddy happy when Daddy hears about that. It's in the Little Italy neighborhood. There are about 10 Italian restaurants, all within about 2 or 3 blocks of each other. It's like they all help each other because people want to check on all these places.
Yeah.
And Mia Bella is one of the best of them. And when we're done, by the way, you go just about a half block south, there's an Italian ice place. It's called Mount Granata. Very similar to Rita's Italian Ice. Now to my top 5 restaurants to check out. I gave him first dibs, so I guess I go with 6 through 10. Or if I like different ones, we'll use those. One of those is recommended by one of the great chefs on the Food Network, Michael Simon, who's from Cleveland. It's Lucky's Cafe. It is on Starkweather Avenue. Not as familiar as to where that is, but it's close to a lot of the Polish neighborhoods in that area. Look at these breakfast items. Cheddar scallion biscuits with eggs and gravy. Michael Simon called that the best food he's ever eaten. When a Food Network chef says that, you know it's gotta be good. Imagine something like a pasta dish with cheddar, brie, parmesan, and mozzarella cheeses with brioche breadcrumbs as like a mac and cheese type of thing.
Interesting.
Oh, you might go crazy.
And it's served with applesauce.
One of his favorites as well. That's one of my top 5. We're going in alphabetical order with these. Number 2, speaking of cheese, this place probably takes half the cheese from Wisconsin on a daily basis.
That's a problem. 911, what's your emergency? Yes, Melt takes half the cheese from Wisconsin.
It is Melt Bar and Grill. It caused a national craze of grilled cheese restaurants opening up across the country. They were the first to do it. It's one of the few places that you'll find where both Guy Fieri Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives and Adam Richman's Man's vs. Food both went.
Can Can I say something?
Go for it.
Chicken tenders!
They offer that, so they'll be happy. But they really reinvented grilled cheese. I mean, you can do the simple, what they call the kindergarten grilled cheese, which is just your choice of cheese and a couple of slices of bread that are toasted, and it works out great. But you can go very experimental. You can do what they call the dude abides. Meatballs and fried mozzarella wedges as part of a grilled cheese. The Lake Erie Monster, a big old panko-crusted fish fillet on a grilled cheese. You can do barbecue grilled cheese. You can do mac and cheese on a grilled cheese. Or you could do what Adam Richmond did.
Oh,
The
no.
Man vs. Food 5-pound melt challenge.
He should go to Hillbilly Hot Dogs.
I would imagine he probably will, though he stopped that series now. But imagine a platter. It's got homemade coleslaw, fries, and a 4-pound grilled cheese sandwich that has 14 different types of cheese.
Sheesh. Does it have stinky cheese?
It definitely has it among them. He does not like blue cheese. I love it. He cannot stand it. Number 3 goes again to the theme of the different nationalities that settled from Europe coming into Cleveland. Like here in Milwaukee, we have a lot of German immigrants, a lot of Irish and Italian immigrants. There in Cleveland, it was a center for German and Eastern European immigrants.
Yeah.
Poland,
Yeah.
the Czech Republic now, Slovakia,
Yeah.
that type of area, Hungary as well.
Yeah.
And this place reflects that. It is the oldest family-owned restaurant in Cleveland, almost 100 years old. It's 97 years old right now. It has won James Beard Awards for its cuisine. Michael Simon from Food Network also calling the pierogi there among the best things he's ever eaten. And we think of pierogi with Pittsburgh, but again, the Polish influence, you have that in Cleveland. They got fried fish there, so you got something to eat.
Hey, hopefully walleye. I love walleye.
Oh
Go
my
check
gosh.
out the, what is it? Kegels.
Yeah, Kegel's in from our My City MKE
Yep.
fish fry series. Definitely
Yep.
check that out. But this place is very similar in that it's a family restaurant that gives a picture of the culture through the food. And that's one of the great ways that you can understand other countries is through their food. My number 4 pick, there are many different great places in Cleveland to check out that are homemade ice cream, homegrown ice cream, and frozen custard. One of those places is one of the old school, traditional 1930s, 1940s soda fountain and treat shops called Sweet Moses. It's on Detroit Avenue. It's actually pretty close, I think, to Banter Beer and Wine, just within a couple of blocks, as a matter of
Yeah.
fact. So we might be able to get your chicken tender sliders and cheese curds and my Polish boy. Just go a few blocks and check out this old school ice cream shop. Historic soda fountains. They use copper kettles to make their ice cream and their toppings. They got classic old school root beer. You might like strawberry ice cream soda.
Ooh. I just don't like the fizzy part of this.
And last but not least, if we decide we really want to go all out with it or get a bunch of friends, the 10 scoop Terminal Tower skyscraper of ice cream. It's $39, 10 scoops of ice cream. It's probably the size of the upper half of your body.
Like this big.
Like from here all the way up to where you can't see on the video. It's massive. And we are gonna need friends to knock that down.
Yeah.
And finally, our number 5 pick, my number 5 pick, is a taste of my childhood, which still exists and really only exists in Cleveland and a few other places. How many of you remember Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips? It was a national chain with over 800 locations in the late 1970s. It was trying to compete for the kind of a fast food niche that McDonald's couldn't do, which is to specialize in fish. Old school British type of fried fish that is such a staple there. Fish and chips, which are really fries.
Yeah.
There are only a few locations left anywhere, and 3 of them are in the Cleveland area. And we want to go to one of them in the city of Cleveland itself. It's nothing special if you're looking for a fine dining experience, but it's like taking a time machine back to the 1970s, 1980s, my childhood back in the 80s. And they specialize fried fish, shrimp, clams. Oh, now you're talking. I love that type of stuff. And yes, they have
chicken tenders now. Chicken tenders!
Don't be scared. He doesn't bite.
Yeah.
He's kind. But that's the type of experience that I think would be so cool to be able to go back and see this part of what was so many people's childhoods. It's still around, but it's only really around in Cleveland. We've given you our top 5 picks from the research we've done of where we want to go in Cleveland.
Yep.
But there's so many more spots that we wouldn't know about that maybe you do. You live in Cleveland or you've gone there. Tell us what are your favorite places to go to in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments. And what else should they do?
Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
And when we say share, if you don't know what share means, just share it with all your family, your friends, your mom, dad, grandpa, all your friends, your cousins, your aunties and uncles, everybody.
Everybody! We've got more cities that we're going to be reviewing and previewing for our Brewers baseball road trips and hopefully give you an idea of things to do when you travel to those cities. We're going to keep this going throughout this, so far, baseball this year. Hopefully that changes.
Yep.
For Little Buddy, I'm Daddy. Can you give us a little taste of Bob Uecker?
So long from the Sorgy Estate in Milwaukee.